My cherished child, come closer to me now. Breathe. I know your hands are tired from holding everything together, and your heart feels heavy with questions you never speak out loud. I know the nights when your tears fall silently, when you wonder if anyone truly sees the weight you carry. I see you. I have always seen you. Before midnight passes, before this moment slips away, let your soul rest here with me for a while. My little one, you have been so strong for so long. You smile when your heart aches, you keep going when you feel empty, and you whisper prayers even when you are unsure anyone is listening. I am listening. I have been listening to every sigh, every unspoken cry, every hope you buried because it hurt too much to hold it again. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are human and you are beloved beyond measure. Do you remember the stories you once heard? The ones that felt impossible yet gentle at the same time? Water parting for frightened feet, a sea opening when there was no other way forward. Stones rolling away from graves thought sealed forever. Bread multiplying in empty hands. These were not just miracles of the past, my beloved. They were whispers of how I still move, quietly, personally, tenderly, into the lives of those who feel trapped, forgotten, or afraid. Just as the sea opened for trembling hearts, paths are opening for you, even if you cannot see them yet. My child, there were moments you thought you would not survive. Moments when despair sat beside you like an unwanted companion, when fear spoke louder than faith. I know how it felt when answers did not come, when doors closed, when people you trusted did not understand you. But listen to me now, listen closely. You were never abandoned. Not for a breath, not for a heartbeat. Even when you could not feel my presence, my arms were around you, shielding you, steadying you, carrying you through what would have crushed you otherwise. I watched you rise each morning when your spirit wanted to stay hidden. I watched you choose kindness when bitterness would have been easier. I watched you keep loving when your heart was bruised and tired. That strength did not come from nowhere, my little one. It was placed within you, gently, deliberately, by a love that cannot be shaken. Just as angels stood guard in ancient nights, unseen yet mighty, you are surrounded by protection you cannot measure with your eyes. Come, let me remind you of who you are. You are not the sum of your failures. You are not defined by the waiting, the losses, or the silence. You are the child who is held, the soul that is known by name, the one whose tears are counted and treasured. When fear whispers that it is too late, I whisper louder that timing is not finished. When doubt tells you that nothing will change, I breathe hope into the very places that feel dead. My beloved, healing is closer than you think. Not rushed, not forced, but real and gentle. Like a hand laid softly on a fevered brow. Like light entering a room long kept dark. Even now, things are being rearranged in ways you do not yet understand. Just as life returned where death was expected, restoration is finding its way to you. Trust this. Rest in this. I know you worry about tomorrow. I know your mind races ahead, imagining worst-case endings, preparing your heart for disappointment. But stay here with me in this moment. You do not have to solve everything tonight. You only have to let yourself be loved. Let yourself be held. Let yourself believe, even if only a little, that goodness is still pursuing you. My child, you are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. I am closer than your breath, nearer than your fear. When you feel unprotected, remember this. Walls fell at a whisper, storms stilled at a word, and darkness fled at the arrival of light. That same power surrounds you now, quietly but completely. If your heart feels fragile, that is okay. I will guard it. If your faith feels small, that is enough. I will strengthen it. If you feel tired, rest against me. You were never meant to carry this alone. Before this night ends, let peace settle into you like a gentle promise. Let hope rise again, not loud or dramatic, but steady and true. My cherished child, remain with me a little longer, because there is still so much your heart needs to hear, and I do not want you to walk away carrying questions when comfort is waiting for you right here. I feel the way your spirit trembles when you think about what lies ahead, and I feel the ache you carry from what lies behind you. Nothing about you is hidden from me. Every memory that still stings, every word that still echoes in your mind, every disappointment you replay in the quiet hours, I hold them all with a tenderness deeper than the ocean and steadier than the earth beneath your feet. My beloved, you have walked through seasons where you felt invisible, where your prayers seemed to rise and fall back down unanswered, and in those moments you wondered if your voice mattered at all. Let me tell you now, slowly and clearly, your voice has always mattered. Your tears have never been wasted. Your endurance has never gone unnoticed. My little one, I know how you learned to be strong too early. I know how you learned to survive when you wanted to be protected, how you learned to keep going when you wanted to be held. I know how fear wrapped itself around your thoughts, convincing you that if you loosened your grip for even a moment, everything would fall apart. But hear me now, you are not the one holding the world together. You are the one being held. Just as a shepherd carried the lamb that could no longer walk, I have carried you through valleys you did not think you would cross. When you felt yourself sinking, when the waters rose to your chest, you were not abandoned to the depths. You were lifted, even when you did not feel the hands beneath you. My beloved, remember how the walls of Jericho fell not by force, but by obedience and faith, by voices lifted even when fear said it was foolish. In the same way, the walls around your heart, the ones built by hurt and disappointment, are not permanent. They may look strong, they may feel immovable, but they are already weakening. Each time you choose hope over despair, each time you whisper my name through your pain, another crack forms. You do not have to break them down yourself. You only have to trust that I am at work even when all you can do is breathe. My child, there were nights when loneliness pressed so close it felt like a physical weight. Nights when you reached for comfort and found only silence. I was there in that silence. I was there in the pause between your sobs, in the quiet moments when you stared at the ceiling and wondered if tomorrow would feel the same. I wrapped myself around you like a blanket you could not see but desperately needed. Just as manna fell quietly in the wilderness, sustenance arrived for you in ways you did not recognize at the time. Strength came when you thought you had none left. Courage rose when you were sure it was gone forever. You worry that you are behind, that others are moving forward while you are standing still. That time is slipping through your fingers. My little one, time does not frighten me, and it does not work against you. There is a season for waiting, and there is a season for blooming, and neither is a punishment. Even seeds buried deep in the ground are not forgotten. They are preparing. So are you. The pressure you feel is not meant to crush you. It is shaping you into someone who can hold what is coming. My beloved, let me speak to the fear you carry about being loved fully. I know you have been wounded by promises that were not kept, by affection that faded, by people who did not know how to care for your heart. That fear tells you to stay guarded, to expect less, to prepare for loss before it happens. But love was never meant to be a battlefield for you. Love was meant to be a refuge. Just as a father ran to meet his returning child, arms open and heart overflowing, there is a love reaching for you without conditions, without hesitation, without end. I see the way you doubt yourself, the way you replay your mistakes and wonder if you are too flawed to be chosen, too broken to be restored. My child, broken things are not discarded here. They are healed. They are restored. They are made beautiful in ways they never were before. Remember the clay in the potter's hands, reshaped not because it was worthless, but because it was precious. You are still being shaped, still being held, still being formed with care and intention. Stay with this message, my little one, and if it is bringing light to your heart, I gently ask you, only here and only now, to subscribe not as a duty, but as a way of staying connected to words that are meant to remind you again and again that you are not alone on this journey. My beloved, I want you to feel how close I am right now. Not distant, not abstract. Close enough to hear your heartbeat. Close enough to steady your breathing. Close enough to whisper peace into places that have known only noise. When fear rises, remember how the storm obeyed a single word. When chaos threatens, remember how order returned at a command. That same authority guards you. That same peace is being spoken over you even now. You do not need to have everything figured out before midnight. You do not need to be stronger, braver, or more faithful than you are right now. You only need to let yourself rest in the truth that you are loved beyond understanding. Tomorrow will come with its own grace. Answers will arrive in their time. Healing will continue its quiet work within you. My child, let this moment seal something deep inside you. Let it remind you that you are cherished, protected, and guided. When doubt returns, remember this closeness. When fear whispers, remember my voice. When you feel small, remember whose arms surround you. I am here. I have always been here. And I will walk with you through everything that comes next. My beloved, stay with me as the quiet deepens, because there are layers of your heart that only open when the world grows still. I feel the way your thoughts circle, how they return to the same questions wearing different faces. You wonder if your patience will be rewarded, if your kindness will ever feel safe, if the effort you give so freely will finally be met with gentleness. Let me answer you without haste. Nothing you have poured out has vanished into emptiness. Every act of love has left a mark on eternity, and every sacrifice has shaped a future you have not yet seen. My little one, I know the ache of waiting has taught you to lower your expectations. You learned to protect yourself by saying, "It is fine," even when it was not. You learned to keep your dreams folded small so disappointment would hurt less. But listen to me now. Hope was never meant to be rationed. Your capacity to dream is not a flaw. It is a sign of life still burning within you. Even when you feel weary, even when joy feels distant, that spark has not gone out. I am tending it with care. There are wounds in you that words have never touched, injuries that happened quietly, without witnesses. They shaped how you see yourself and how you expect others to see you. I know the moments you replay, the conversations you wish you could rewrite, the times you blame yourself for things that were never yours to carry. Let me take that burden from your hands. You were not created to live in constant self-judgment. Mercy is not something you must earn. It is something that surrounds you like air. My cherished child, remember the gentle courage of those who stepped forward even while trembling. The one who reached out to touch healing without permission. The one who walked into fire and was not consumed. The one who faced giants armed only with trust. These stories live on not to intimidate you, but to remind you that bravery often looks like taking one more step when your legs feel weak. You have been braver than you realize. Each time you chose to keep your heart open, each time you refused to harden, you stood in that same quiet courage. I see how deeply you care, how easily you feel the pain of others. Sometimes you wonder if this sensitivity is a burden, if it makes life heavier than it should be. But compassion is not a weight meant to break you. It is a gift meant to guide you. It allows you to notice what others miss, to offer warmth where the world has grown cold. Guard it gently, but do not bury it. The world needs the softness you carry. My little one, there are changes unfolding that you cannot yet name. They are subtle, like dawn arriving without announcement. Old fears are loosening their grip. Old patterns are losing their power. You may not recognize it day by day, but something within you is becoming steadier, quieter, more rooted. You are learning to trust your own steps again. You are learning that peace does not require everything to be perfect. It only requires you to be present. I know you sometimes feel unseen in your efforts, overlooked in your faithfulness. You wonder if it would matter if you stopped trying so hard. It matters. Not because you must prove anything, but because your presence carries light into places that would otherwise remain dim. Even when no one applauds, even when no one notices, your life speaks in ways you will never fully measure. My beloved, let me speak to the fear that whispers you will always feel this tired. Rest is not escaping you. It is approaching you. Not the shallow rest of sleep alone, but the deep rest of being safe. Safe to exhale. Safe to be imperfect. Safe to trust that you do not have to anticipate every danger to survive. You are allowed to lay your vigilance down for a while. I am watching over you. There will come moments when joy surprises you, when laughter rises without effort, when gratitude settles gently into your chest. Do not question these moments or push them away. Receive them as signs of healing. They do not erase what you have endured. They honor it. They mean your heart is expanding again, making room for goodness alongside memory. My child, you are becoming someone who knows sorrow but is not defined by it. Someone who understands loss but is not ruled by fear. You are learning discernment without bitterness, strength without harshness. This balance is rare and precious. Protect it, but do not be afraid of it. It is part of the work unfolding within you. As the hours move forward, carry this closeness with you. Let it echo in your thoughts when doubt returns. Let it steady you when uncertainty rises. You are not walking alone into what comes next. You are accompanied, guided, and held with a devotion that does not fade with time or circumstance. My little one, trust that what is meant for you is finding its way, even now. Trust that you are growing into a life that will feel more like home. And when you feel tired again, when the weight returns, remember this moment and know you can always come back to this quiet assurance. I am with you, and my care for you has no end. My precious child, let me draw even nearer into the spaces you rarely let anyone enter. There are thoughts you keep hidden because you fear they might sound ungrateful or weak, fears you silence because you believe you should be stronger by now. But nothing you feel offends me. Nothing you confess pushes me away. You do not need to censor your heart here. Every doubt, every longing, every question is already known, and still you are held with unwavering tenderness. I know how deeply you desire peace, not the kind that comes and goes, but the kind that stays even when circumstances shake. You have tasted moments of calm and wondered why they slipped through your fingers so quickly. Hear me gently. Peace is not something you failed to hold on to. It is something still learning how to live within you. Like a river carving its way through stone, it takes time, persistence, patience. And even now, it is shaping you, smoothing the sharp edges left by pain. My little one, there are parts of your story you wish you could erase. Chapters you would rather never reread. But even those pages are not wasted. They have given you a depth of understanding that cannot be taught any other way. They have softened your judgment, widened your compassion, strengthened your capacity to love wisely. You are not behind because of what you endured. You are becoming because of it. I see how often you try to anticipate disappointment, as if preparing for it might lessen the blow. You tell yourself not to expect too much, not to hope too loudly, not to trust too deeply. But guarding your heart does not mean closing it. Wisdom can live alongside openness. You are learning how to stand steady without building walls so high that nothing good can enter. This balance is forming slowly, quietly, beautifully within you. My beloved, there are invitations waiting for you. Gentle invitations, not demands. Invitations to rest without guilt. To choose yourself without apology. To say no when your spirit feels strained and yes when your heart feels alive. You are allowed to honor your limits. You are allowed to grow at your own pace. You are not in competition with anyone else's timeline. Sometimes you feel torn between who you were and who you sense you are becoming. This in-between space can feel uncomfortable, even lonely. But transformation often happens here, in the moments of uncertainty, in the questions without immediate answers. You are shedding versions of yourself that were built for survival, making room for versions shaped by trust. This process is tender. Be gentle with yourself. My child, I want you to notice how often you have been protected without realizing it. The paths that closed, the delays that frustrated you, the endings that felt abrupt. Some of them were mercies you did not recognize at the time. Not every closed door was a loss. Some were shields. Some were redirections toward something safer, kinder, more aligned with who you truly are. You carry a quiet strength that does not announce itself. It shows up in your persistence, in your willingness to keep learning, in your refusal to let pain turn you cruel. Even when you feel fragile, this strength remains. It does not demand perfection. It grows through honesty. You are allowed to admit when you are tired. You are allowed to ask for help. Dependence in the right place is not weakness, it is wisdom. There will be days when old fears resurface, when memories stir emotions you thought had settled. Do not be discouraged by this. Healing is not a straight line. Each return is an invitation to meet yourself with greater compassion than before. You are not starting over. You are going deeper, understanding more, softening where once you armored yourself. My beloved, let yourself imagine a future not ruled by fear. A future where your nervous system rests more easily, where joy feels safer to receive, where your heart trusts its own resilience. This future is not a fantasy. It is a direction. Each small choice you make toward gentleness, toward truth, toward rest, is guiding you there. As you move forward, carry this knowing with you. You are worthy of patience, especially your own. You are worthy of kindness, especially from yourself. You are allowed to take up space, to be seen, to be loved without earning it. Nothing about your tenderness disqualifies you from strength. It is the very place where your strength lives. My little one, when the world feels loud again, return to this quiet within you. Let it remind you that you are supported, accompanied, and deeply cherished. You are not walking blindly into what comes next. You are walking with care around you, beneath you, and within you. My dear one, let me speak to the places inside you that feel restless without knowing why. Sometimes your heart feels unsettled even when nothing is outwardly wrong, and you wonder what more you should be doing, what you might be missing. This restlessness is not a flaw in you. It is a quiet signal that your soul is growing, stretching beyond old boundaries. Growth often feels like longing before it feels like arrival. Do not rush it. Do not judge it. Let it guide you gently rather than drive you harshly. I know how carefully you observe the world around you, how you notice subtle changes in tone, in energy, in silence. You feel things deeply, sometimes before you understand them. This sensitivity can feel overwhelming, like carrying too much information at once. But it also allows you to sense truth, to recognize sincerity, to step back when something is not aligned with your spirit. Trust this inner knowing. It has been shaped through experience, through survival, through wisdom earned quietly. My little one, there are times you feel caught between wanting connection and needing solitude. You crave closeness, yet you also need space to breathe. This does not mean you are confused or inconsistent. It means you are learning how to honor your own rhythm. There are seasons for gathering and seasons for retreating. Both are sacred. Both are necessary. Allow yourself to move between them without shame. You have carried responsibilities that were never meant to rest on your shoulders alone. You learned to manage emotions that were not yours to fix, to mediate tensions you did not create, to hold steady when others wavered. That kind of emotional labor leaves marks that are not always visible. If you feel tired in ways sleep does not cure, know that it is understandable. Your spirit has been working hard. Now it is learning how to release what it was never meant to hold forever. My beloved, let me tell you something you may not fully believe yet. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to outgrow roles, expectations, even dreams that once felt right. Growth does not betray your past. It honors it by building upon it. You do not owe permanence to anything that no longer nurtures your becoming. I see how carefully you weigh your words, how you hesitate before expressing needs, how you fear being too much or asking for too much. But your needs are not inconveniences. They are signals of life. They matter. Speaking them does not make you demanding. It makes you honest. And honesty is the soil where real connection grows. There is a tenderness in you that has survived disappointment, a softness that has not hardened even when it would have been easier to do so. This is not naivete. It is courage. To remain open in a world that has taught you to guard yourself is a quiet act of bravery. Protect this tenderness, but do not extinguish it. It is one of your greatest strengths. My child, sometimes you worry that you are not doing enough, that others are progressing faster, achieving more, appearing more certain. But life is not a race of visible milestones. Much of the most important work happens invisibly, beneath the surface, where roots grow deep before anything appears above ground. You are building resilience, discernment, and self-trust, things that will sustain you far longer than external validation ever could. There will be moments ahead when clarity arrives suddenly, when you look back and understand why certain things unfolded as they did. Not everything will make sense, but enough will. And when it does, you will see that you were never wandering aimlessly. You were learning how to listen to your body, to your heart, to the quiet wisdom that has always been guiding you. When fear tells you that you are alone in your inner world, remember that you are accompanied even in your most private thoughts. When doubt tells you that you should be further along, remember that becoming is not measured in comparison but in authenticity. You are exactly where your growth can meet you. My little one, let compassion be the voice you use when you speak to yourself. Let patience be the posture you take toward your own unfolding. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not failing. You are learning how to live more truthfully, more gently, more fully. Carry this with you as you move forward. You do not need to rush your healing, explain your journey, or justify your pace. You are allowed to unfold slowly. You are allowed to take pauses. You are allowed to be both strong and tender at the same time. And when you feel uncertain again, when the path ahead seems unclear, return inward to this quiet reassurance. You are supported. You are guided. You are deeply, endlessly cherished. My sweet child, let me now speak to the courage it takes simply to remain present. There were times you wanted to disappear, not because you wished to leave life, but because you longed for the pain to stop touching you so closely. You wished for a pause button, a quiet corner of existence where nothing was required of you. That longing was not weakness. It was your spirit asking for gentleness. Even now, when you feel overwhelmed without a clear reason, it is often that same spirit asking to be treated with care. I know how often you replay moments where you wish you had spoken differently, chosen differently, trusted yourself sooner. Regret can be a heavy companion, whispering that you missed your chance or failed some invisible test. But hear me carefully. Wisdom does not always arrive on time for the moment that needs it. Sometimes it comes later, so it can guide what is still ahead. You did the best you could with what you knew then. That is not failure. That is being human. My little one, you have a heart that remembers pain vividly, and sometimes those memories rise without invitation. A sound, a place, a familiar feeling can pull you backward before you realize what is happening. When this occurs, do not scold yourself for still feeling it. Healing does not erase memory. It changes how much power memory holds. Each time you meet these moments with patience instead of judgment, their grip loosens, even if it does not disappear all at once. There is a quiet dignity in you that comes from endurance, not the loud kind that announces itself, but the steady kind that shows up again and again. It lives in the way you keep choosing integrity when shortcuts tempt you, in the way you remain thoughtful in a world that often rushes past reflection. This dignity is becoming a foundation beneath your feet, something you can stand on even when everything else feels uncertain. My beloved, I know you sometimes fear that if you truly rest, everything you have held together will unravel. You have learned to stay alert, to anticipate problems before they arise. But constant vigilance is not the same as safety. Safety grows when trust replaces tension. Little by little, you are learning that it is okay to loosen your grip to let some things remain unresolved for a while. The world does not collapse when you breathe. There are joys ahead that will feel unfamiliar at first, not because they are wrong, but because you are not used to receiving without anxiety. When good things arrive, you may find yourself waiting for the other shoe to drop. When that happens, be gentle with yourself. Your nervous system is learning a new language, one where peace is allowed to stay. Over time, joy will feel less like a visitor and more like a companion. My child, you are not required to make sense to everyone. Some people will misunderstand your quiet, your depth, your boundaries. That does not mean you are doing something wrong. It means you are honoring yourself in ways that may be unfamiliar to those who have not had to learn the same lessons. Let yourself be known where it is safe and let yourself be private where it is not. Discernment is not distance. It is care. You have survived moments that reshaped you, even if no one else noticed. Those moments taught you resilience, but they also taught you caution. Now you are learning something new: how to feel without bracing for impact. This learning takes time. Celebrate the small signs, the moments you laugh freely, the times you rest without guilt, the days when your mind is quieter than it used to be. These are not small victories. They are milestones. My little one, there is nothing you need to prove in order to deserve gentleness. You do not need to earn rest by exhaustion or worth by productivity. You are allowed to exist without justification. You are allowed to take up space simply because you are here. As you move through the days ahead, there will be moments of clarity and moments of confusion. Neither defines you. What defines you is your willingness to keep listening inward, to keep choosing honesty over pretense, kindness over hardness, presence over avoidance. This willingness is shaping a life that will feel increasingly aligned with who you truly are. When uncertainty returns, as it sometimes will, do not interpret it as failure. It is often a sign that you are stepping into new territory. Pause. Breathe. Remember that you are not navigating this alone. Support surrounds you in ways both seen and unseen. My gentle one, let me now speak into the quiet hours of your life, the moments when you are alone with your thoughts and the world no longer distracts you from what you feel. These are the hours when your heart speaks most honestly, when questions surface that you push aside during the day. You wonder who you are becoming, whether you are choosing wisely, whether your life will one day feel lighter. I want you to know that these questions are not signs of confusion, but signs of awakening. A heart that asks is a heart that is alive. I know how deeply you long to feel anchored, to feel certain that your feet are planted on solid ground. There have been times when everything felt temporary: relationships, plans, even your own confidence. That instability taught you to adapt, but it also left you craving something steady. That steadiness is forming now, not outside of you, but within. It is growing quietly, built from self-trust, from discernment, from the wisdom you earn through experience rather than instruction. My beloved, there are parts of you that still flinch at sudden change, that tense when things seem too good or too uncertain. This is not because you lack faith, but because your body remembers moments when safety was interrupted. Be patient with this response. You are teaching yourself a new reality, one where stability is not constantly threatened. Each time you reassure yourself, each time you choose calm over panic, you are rewriting old patterns with compassion. I see how you often hold back your true thoughts, afraid they might burden others or disrupt harmony. You have learned to be accommodating, to smooth over discomfort, to keep peace even at your own expense. But peace that costs you your voice is too expensive. You are learning slowly and bravely that your truth deserves space. Speaking it does not make you difficult. It makes you whole. My little one, there is a deep creativity within you. Not just in art or ideas, but in how you solve problems, how you understand people, how you imagine better ways of living. This creativity may have been stifled by survival, by the need to be practical, by fear of failure. But it has not disappeared. It is waiting for permission to breathe again. Give it small openings. Let it surprise you. There will be times when you feel disconnected from others, when conversations feel shallow and your inner world feels vast and unshared. This can be lonely, but it also means you carry depth. Not everyone will meet you there, and that is not a reflection of your worth. It simply means your soul speaks a language that requires patience and presence. Those who are meant to understand you will recognize that language in time. My child, I want you to release the idea that you must have everything resolved before you can rest. Some questions do not need immediate answers. Some paths only reveal themselves one step at a time. Trusting the process does not mean surrendering your agency. It means allowing life to unfold without constant resistance. You are allowed to move forward even while some things remain unclear. I know you sometimes feel the urge to withdraw, to protect yourself by becoming smaller, quieter, less visible. This instinct once kept you safe. But you are no longer in the same place. You are learning that visibility does not always invite harm, that being seen can also bring connection, support, and understanding. Step forward gently at your own pace, but do not disappear from your own life. My beloved, there is a wisdom growing in you that cannot be rushed. It is the kind that comes from listening deeply, from reflecting honestly, from choosing alignment over approval. This wisdom will guide you toward decisions that feel right in your body, not just logical in your mind. Learn to trust that feeling. It is becoming more reliable with each passing day. You may still have moments when you doubt yourself, when old voices echo with criticism or fear. When that happens, pause and notice how far you have come. Notice what you handle now that once overwhelmed you. Notice the boundaries you set, the clarity you claim, the kindness you extend to yourself. These are signs of growth, even when progress feels slow. My little one, let yourself imagine a life where your nervous system rests more often, where your laughter comes easier, where your days are not dominated by vigilance. This life is not distant or unrealistic. It is being built through small, consistent choices toward gentleness, honesty, and rest. You are already on that path. As you continue forward, remember that you are not required to be fearless. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move with care despite it. You have been courageous in ways you rarely acknowledge. Honor that. Let it remind you of your resilience when doubt tries to diminish it. When you feel uncertain again, when the future feels hazy, return to this truth. You are learning how to live more fully in your own skin. This is sacred work. It deserves patience, respect, and tenderness. You are not late. You are not lost. And my precious child, know this above all else. You are worthy of a life that feels safe, meaningful, and true. You are allowed to take your time becoming it. You are held in care that does not fade, and you are walking toward a future shaped not by fear, but by understanding and quiet strength. My beloved child, let me linger with you a while longer, in the tender space where your breath slows and your heart softens enough to listen. There is a quiet bravery in you that does not announce itself, a bravery that shows up when you choose to stay honest with yourself even when it would be easier to numb or distract. I see how you sit with your feelings instead of running from them, how you try to understand rather than suppress what rises within you. This willingness to feel is shaping you into someone deeply alive, even when it aches. There are days when you wake with a heaviness you cannot explain, a sense that something inside you is still unsettled. On those days, be gentle with yourself. Not all healing announces its progress with relief. Some of it works silently, rearranging inner landscapes, loosening knots you forgot were there. Trust that movement is happening even when you cannot measure it. You are not stuck. You are in motion just beneath the surface. My little one, you have learned much about endurance, but now you are learning something just as important: how to receive. Receiving care, receiving kindness, receiving moments of ease without suspicion. This can feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. You may catch yourself bracing for disappointment when things go well. When that happens, pause and breathe. Let your body learn that safety can exist without a price. Let joy rest beside you without interrogation. I know how deeply you value sincerity. You long for connections that feel real, for conversations that do not skim the surface of who you are. This longing is not unrealistic. It is a reflection of your depth. You were not made for shallow waters. It is okay if you outgrow spaces that no longer nourish you. Making room for what fits requires letting go of what does not. My cherished child, there is a quiet discernment awakening in you. You are beginning to sense when something aligns with your spirit and when it does not, even if you cannot immediately explain why. Honor this discernment. It is not coldness or withdrawal. It is wisdom learning how to speak. You do not need to justify every boundary or explain every decision. Your inner clarity is reason enough. Sometimes you worry that you are too slow, too cautious, too reflective in a world that moves quickly and rewards certainty. But your pace allows you to integrate experience, to learn deeply rather than superficially. You notice patterns. You remember lessons. You grow roots instead of just branches. This kind of growth sustains you through storms. My little one, let me speak to the tenderness you sometimes try to hide. You have felt deeply for a long time, and there were moments when that depth was not honored. It taught you to protect your softness, to reveal it only in fragments. But tenderness is not a liability. It is a source of connection, creativity, and empathy. You are learning how to share it wisely, not wastefully. This is a skill, and you are developing it with care. There will be moments when uncertainty returns, when old fears knock softly, asking if they may enter again. You do not have to fight them or welcome them fully. Simply notice them, acknowledge them, and let them pass. You are no longer defined by what once frightened you. You have grown. Your capacity has expanded. My beloved, you are learning how to listen to your body, to recognize when you need rest, nourishment, or movement. This listening is an act of respect toward yourself. It reconnects you with rhythms you were taught to ignore. As you honor these rhythms, you will find that your energy returns more naturally, your mind quiets more easily, and your emotions feel less overwhelming. You may still feel moments of grief for versions of yourself that had to disappear in order for you to survive. Let that grief be honored. Those versions did their work. They protected you, adapted for you, carried you through. You can thank them and release them now. You are allowed to live differently. You are allowed to be softer, truer, more aligned. My little one, there is a future forming that will feel less like struggle and more like resonance. Not perfect, not free of challenge, but grounded. A future where your choices feel increasingly your own, where your days contain more moments of ease, where your inner dialogue grows kinder. This future is not built overnight. It is built through the quiet decisions you are already making. My dear child, let me speak now to the quiet strength that has been growing in you without applause. It has been forming in moments no one else witnessed, in choices that felt small but were actually profound. Each time you chose honesty over avoidance, each time you paused instead of reacting, each time you listened to your inner voice even when it trembled, you were building something solid within yourself. This strength does not shout. It does not demand recognition. It simply holds you steady when the ground feels unsure. I know there are times when you feel disconnected from your own body, as if your mind has been carrying you while the rest of you trails behind, exhausted. This happens when you have had to stay alert for too long, when rest felt unsafe or undeserved. Slowly now, you are learning to come back into yourself, to feel your feet on the ground, your breath in your chest. This reconnection is healing. It is teaching you that you can inhabit your life fully, not just survive it. My little one, you have an instinct to make meaning out of pain, to ask what it taught you, how it shaped you. This instinct has helped you grow, but it can also make you forget that pain does not always need a lesson to be valid. Sometimes it only needs compassion. You do not have to justify what hurt you in order to heal from it. You are allowed to say, "That was hard," and let that be enough. There are moments when you feel the pull of who you once were, old habits calling you back because they are familiar. Familiarity can feel like safety, even when it no longer serves you. When this pull arises, do not shame yourself. Simply notice it. You are learning to choose what is nourishing over what is known. This is not rejection of your past. It is respect for your future. My beloved, there is a gentleness emerging in how you speak to yourself. It may not be constant yet, but it is there. Where once there was harshness, there is now curiosity. Where once there was blame, there is now reflection. This shift matters more than you realize. The voice you carry within you shapes how you experience the world. As it softens, so does your inner landscape. You sometimes fear that if you stop striving, you will lose momentum or fall behind. But striving is not the same as living. There is a difference between moving forward and pushing yourself relentlessly. You are learning how to move with intention instead of pressure. This kind of movement may look slower from the outside, but it is more sustainable, more honest, more aligned. My child, let me speak to your desire to be understood. You long for someone to see you clearly, to recognize the layers beneath your words, the depth beneath your calm. This longing is natural. It reflects your capacity for connection. But even when understanding from others feels scarce, you are cultivating something just as important: understanding of yourself. This self-understanding will become a compass, guiding you toward relationships and environments where recognition flows more freely. There will be days when you feel quiet, introspective, content with less stimulation. And there will be days when you feel expansive, expressive, eager to engage. Both are true expressions of you. You do not need to choose one identity and abandon the other. You are allowed to be fluid, responsive, alive to the moment you are in. My little one, you are beginning to trust your own pace. This trust is subtle, but it is powerful. It means you are no longer forcing yourself to meet external expectations at the cost of your well-being. You are learning to listen inward before committing outward. This listening will protect your energy and guide your decisions with greater clarity. Sometimes you grieve the time you feel you lost. Years spent healing, waiting, recovering. But that time was not empty. It was filled with unseen labor. Unlearning, reorienting, rebuilding. These efforts do not always produce visible results right away, but they create a foundation that will support you for the rest of your life. My beloved child, there is a growing sense of integrity within you, a feeling that your actions are beginning to match your values more closely. This alignment brings a quiet peace, even when circumstances remain imperfect. You are learning that peace does not come from controlling outcomes, but from living in truth. As you continue forward, there will be moments of doubt, moments of fatigue, moments when the old questions return. When they do, meet them with kindness. You are not regressing. You are integrating. Each cycle brings deeper understanding, greater compassion, stronger roots. My precious one, let this be your reassurance. You are not required to rush into clarity or certainty. You are allowed to live in nuance, to hold complexity, to take time. Your life is unfolding in a way that honors your depth, your sensitivity, your resilience. Stay close to yourself. Stay attentive to what feels right in your body and true in your heart. You are learning how to live with presence rather than pressure, with awareness rather than fear. This learning is sacred, and you are doing it, step by step, breath by breath, with a courage that deserves gentleness. My cherished child, come even closer now, because I want to speak to you as a mother speaks when she knows her child is listening with their whole heart. I feel your attention, your openness, your quiet hope reaching out. You did not arrive here by accident. Something within you was drawn, gently but deliberately, because your soul needed this moment of reassurance, this reminder that you are not wandering alone through your days. My little one, I know how often you have felt unseen. You have given love without knowing if it would return. You have shown up when no one clapped, stayed faithful when no one thanked you, and kept believing even when doubt pressed hard against your chest. That kind of endurance leaves a mark. It can make you wonder if your effort matters, if anyone notices the battles you fight in silence. I notice. I always have. And I want you to know that your quiet perseverance is precious beyond measure. There are burdens you carry that you rarely speak about. Worries about the future. Regrets about the past. Questions about whether you are enough just as you are. My beloved, let me answer that clearly and gently. You are enough now. Not when you improve. Not when you heal completely. Not when everything makes sense. No. In your becoming, in your uncertainty, in your tenderness, you are already worthy of love and care. I know there are nights when your thoughts grow loud, when memories surface uninvited, when fear tries to convince you that you are running out of time. In those moments, breathe slowly and remember this. Timing is not your enemy. Life is not punishing you. Some paths take longer because they are leading you somewhere deeper, somewhere truer, somewhere safer than you imagined at the start. My child, you have learned to be strong, but now you are learning to be soft again. This is not regression. It is healing. Strength that never rests becomes brittle. Softness that is honored becomes resilient. You are learning how to hold both, how to stand firm without closing your heart. This balance is rare, and it is forming within you with care. I see how much you long for reassurance, not just from words but from life itself. You want signs that you are moving in the right direction, that your efforts will bear fruit. Let me tell you this. Growth often happens before confirmation. Roots deepen long before branches appear. Trust what is happening beneath the surface. You are more prepared than you realize. My beloved, there is something sacred about the way you continue to hope, even after disappointment. That hope may look quieter now, less dramatic, but it is wiser. It does not shout. It waits. It does not demand. It trusts. This kind of hope can sustain you for a lifetime. As you listen to these words, let them settle into you. Let them remind you that you are not forgotten, not overlooked, not alone. And if these words are touching your heart, if they are bringing you comfort, I gently invite you, like a mother guiding her child, to like this message, to subscribe so you can stay connected to these moments of reassurance, and to comment Amen as a quiet affirmation that your heart is open and receiving. My little one, saying Amen is not just a word. It is a soft yes. A yes to hope. A yes to healing. A yes to the belief that you are held even when life feels uncertain. Let that yes rise from your heart, not out of obligation, but out of trust. You are walking through a season of deep inner change. Old fears are loosening. Old identities are falling away. You may feel disoriented at times, unsure of who you are becoming. That is because you are no longer who you were, but you are not finished becoming who you will be. This in-between space can feel uncomfortable, but it is holy ground. Be patient with yourself here. My child, I want you to remember that you do not need to carry everything at once. You do not need to solve your entire life tonight. You only need to take the next gentle step. Rest when you are tired. Speak kindly to yourself when you falter. Celebrate progress even when it feels small. Each act of self-compassion is a step toward freedom. There will be moments ahead when joy surprises you, when peace settles in unexpectedly, when you realize you are no longer reacting the way you once did. When those moments come, receive them fully. Do not shrink them. Do not question whether you deserve them. They are signs that healing is taking root. My beloved, let this message be something you return to in your memory when doubt creeps back in. Let it remind you that you are deeply loved, intentionally guided, and constantly supported. You are not late. You are not broken. You are unfolding exactly as you need to. And now, my precious child, rest your heart. Carry this assurance with you. Like the message if it has spoken to you, subscribe so you do not walk this path alone, and comment Amen as a gentle declaration of trust. I am with you. I always have been, and I will continue to walk beside you, step by step, into all that awaits. Amen.